case you don't know what this is, and you didn't see my last video, this is what's dominating my time lately here. If you haven't seen my Sentence of a Book Lover video, I've added like 3 more books since last Sunday. Just flying through that stuff. But anyway, we're here to talk about manga values right now. If you want to see that video, see that video. But kind of a slow week for collections, so I was only going to list 3 that I found interesting. I'll give you the number 1 collection. It's Ubel Blatt, volumes 0 through 11. So that's 12 books in total. Went for $543.31. That was absolutely the most valuable collection that went this week. There are also 2 more collections that I found like really interesting. The first one was Wolfsmund, volumes 1 through 8, which I guess is a retelling of William Tell, but probably way more violent. Anyway, those 8 volumes went for $197. This was Vertical Comics 2013. The other collection that I thought was pretty cool was Cyborg 009, volumes 1 through 10. So those 10 books went for $365. That's Tokyo Pop 2003. So to make up for the lack of collections, I'm really going to dive into a lot of singles this week. I've got 3 books, the ones that got away. I've got 10 honorable mentions, and then I've got the top 10 with a bunch of ties. It's insane. So let's get started on that. So here we go with the one that got away. The first one, Please Save My Earth, volume 9, was listed at $159. Best offer accepted. The other one that got away, and the one I love this cover as well, Air Gear, volume 34, listed at $300. Best offer accepted. And finally, the third one that got away, Naruto, volume 1, the holographic cover. This was $283 of $5,450 was the asking price. Best offer accepted. Okay, here we go with 10 honorable mentions. Now I know this is a lot, so I'm going to go through them quick, but first honorable mention, Gakuen Alice, volume 15, $79.99. Second honorable mention, now before I said One Piece volume 22, the gold foil edition, might be making a run at volume 23 as the most valuable gold foil edition, but based on recent sales, I would have to say no. Still, $85 is quite respectable. Honorable mention number 3, Plus Size Elf, volume 4, $89.99. Now this was from 7 Seas in 2019. However, what I did find incredibly interesting was if you look on Amazon right now, Plus Sized Elf are being re-released with slightly different covers. Honorable mention number 4 is one we've had before. It's My Monster Secret, volume 7, $94.99. Honorable mention number 5 we've also had before, but I find this super interesting to me. It's Shonen Jump, volume 1. Now this isn't even sealed, but it is in really nice condition. So it went for $95. Honorable mention number 6, we've had this one, volume 7, numerous times before. It's Cross Game, but this time it's volume 5, $95. Honorable mention number 7, last week the volume 16 of this 2-in-1 went for $250, but this time it's Ranma 1/2 volume 4 of the 2-in-1 went for $97.77. Honorable mention number 8, Strike the Blood, volume 8. This is the light novel, went for $100. Honorable mention number 9 is one we haven't seen for a while, but it's Kill la Kill, volume 2. This is the soft cover, $100. And my last honorable mention, finally, when I started, I knew like this one was a very valuable book. It's Rurouni Kenshin, volume 9 of the Viz Big Edition, $100. So here we go with our actual top 10, and it was a pretty good week for singles. We actually had some of those Viz 1 in 5,000 sell that weren't best offer accepted. So always cool to see those things go. Anyway, but we're going to start with number 10, Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney, volume 4, $105. This is from Kodansha Comics back in 2013. At number 9, Blackjack, Volume 17, $110. Vertical Comics, 2011. Number 8 is one we haven't seen for a while. It's Anything and Something by Kaoru Mori, $124.99. This was from Yen Press, 2012. Number 7 is definitely a repeat offender as well. It's My Hero Academia, Volume 1, the 2018 San Diego Comic-Con edition. Went for $131.25 US. Viz Media, 2018. Number 6, we've seen before as well. This is the Trigun Maximum Omnibus, Volume 5, $145.99. That's from Dark Horse, 2014. There's a two-way tie at number 5, and the first one I found very interesting. It's Vagabond, Volume 1, but this is factory sealed. $149.99. That's Viz Media, 2002. The thing I found so interesting about this, even though Vagabond Volume 1 is out of print, you can usually pick these up for around $40 US, even in good condition. What it's tied with at number 5, we've had this one before as well. Naruto, Volume 1, the hardcover collector's edition, $150. This is from Viz Media, printed in 2008 as part of its 5-year anniversary. At number 4, remember how I told you that the One Piece Gold Foil Edition Volume 22 is losing the war to Volume 23 as the most valuable gold foil edition of One Piece? Well, it's One Piece Volume 23, Gold Foil Edition, $157.50. Viz Media, 2009. We have a tie for number 3, but the first one is one of those 1 in 5,000s. This time it's Yu Yu Hakusho. Volume 1, the holographic cover, number 4,485 of 5,000, went for $200. Viz Media, 2003. Alright, what is tied with it? Number 3, Abra, the collector's hardcover edition, $200. Viz Media, 2018. Important to note that this is an English manga, but it was sold from Japan. At number 2, I debated again whether it is manga, but it's a little bit more than manga. It's Witcher, the Ronin Manga Kickstarter Deluxe Bundle, $249.95. This is from CD Projekt Red in 2021. Alright, we actually have a tie for number 1. And the funny thing is, last week we had one of these as best offer accepted, and I always said they go for good money when they sell. This is Ultimate Muscle, Volume 29, which is the last of the North American releases for the English. It's not the last manga period. There is more Ultimate Muscle published in Japan. Went for $299.99. Viz Media, 2011. What it's tied with at number 1 is another 1 in 5,000. It's Naruto. Volume 1, holographic cover, 4,312 of 5,000. $299.99. Viz Media, 2003. When these 1 in 5,000s came out back in 2003, I don't think anyone ever would have guessed that One Piece would be the most valuable of the lot of them. It was just because you got to remember, this was back in the days of Yu Yu Hakusho was quite big, but Yu-Gi-Oh was huge. And Naruto was massive, so the fact that One Piece has kind of surpassed them all is quite astounding to me. Anyway, let's look at the spreadsheets. We'll get into it. I'm going to skip collections just because there really wasn't much there this week. But as you can see, like, the singles are good. The 1 in 5,000s, those Viz Media from 2003, definitely picking up a market. The other thing that I found incredibly interesting was that Vagabond Volume 1, the sealed, that went for $150, which just lends credence to the whole idea that factory sealed for these harder to get volumes that people want are starting to command a premium. Just because it's factory sealed doesn't mean it's valuable. If no one wants it, no one wants it. But for the stuff that people do want, all of a sudden you're looking at, like, this is basically a 3-time multiple just because it's sealed. The other one that I found incredibly interesting and that I had to put on there here was the Plus Sized Elf Volume 4. The fact that it's being re-released by 7 Seas with a different cover. But it looks like 7 Seas is definitely going in that direction. So anyways, with that out of the way, I got one more book and partial. I've got a couple more chapters to go on this, and then I had to go and order the next 3. I'm just flying through this series. It's so good. But anyway, we'll talk to everybody later, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.